Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this session. Dear students, today we are going to discuss an important topic about through the eyes of travelers. In this very topic, we will discuss about the life and the achievement of different travelers who traveled from one country to another country in order to maintain the account, to throw the light on the society of different countries. The main objectives behind the travel was different. It was varied as far as Ibn Battuta was concerned, as far as AlBarni was concerned, and many other travelers who traveled during medieval period to different countries to know about the history and the culture of the countries. Some travelers left their own native places in order to get security, to get money, to get fame. Number of travelers heard about India. They heard about the prosperity of India. And they, in order to earn money, to become prosperous, they move from their country to settle in India. Some travelers try to escape themselves from the atrocities faced in their own countries by the rulers. So the motive and the aim of the travelers was different. Today, we will discuss about AlBarni, the great medieval traveler who came from Khawarizm. Khawarizm is a place in Uzbekistan and it lies in Central Asia. He was born in 973 in Khawarizm. As far as the Khawarizm was concerned, as far as its literature and its culture was concerned, Khawarizm was a learned central. It was considered a good learning central. And in Khawarizm, there were a number of scholars. There was a custom and tradition of learning. And AlBarni, right from the beginning, he learned number of languages. He was master in Arabic. He have learned number of languages, we can say. And during the time of Muhammad Ghazni, the ruler of Ghazni, when he invaded, when he annexed Khawarizm, he made hostage AlBarni. And after that, AlBarni was taken as a prisoner to Ghazni. And from Ghazni, when AlBarni remained with Muhammad Ghazni, after Muhammad Ghazni took interest to conquer India. And during the time of conquest, AlBarni also was with them. And after that, he lived a number of years in India. And he took keen interest in to know the Indian history. And he started to maintain the account about the common people of India, about the Indian society, their economy, their religion, their casteism. In 1031 AD, AlBarni wrote a famous account. The name of the book was Kitabul Hind, or we can say Tavarikul Hind, or we can say Tahqiq-e-Mali Hind. It is considered an important account and a historical description in which AlBarni have discussed about the Indian society during the time of Muhammad Ghazni. As far as AlBarni had stated that Indian society was divided into number of classes. The first class was Brahmanas. As far as the privileges and the rights of the Brahmans are concerned, they were considered as respectable class in the society. They used to enjoy several rights. They were considered as the teachers. They used to teach the values, teach the Vedas and other religious books of at that time. They were exempted from taxes. They had a special status in the society. They were considered teachers. They were considered purohits of the society. Every kind of yajna, sacrifice or a religious festival was controlled, supervised by Brahmans. This made their status at top level. They had a respect. They used to collect number of taxes. They used to receive the gifts from common people. They had a tremendous influence in Indian society. At times, they used to interfere in the administrative work created by the rulers. The second class that had mentioned by AlBarni was Kshatriyas. This was the second important class in Indian society. As far as the Hindu society was concerned, they believed that Brahmans born from Brahma's head. Brahma was the creator according to the Hindu theology of this world. And Kshatriyas born from arms of Brahma. They had a second status in the society. Usually, this class included of all the rulers, warriors, military persons were considered as Kshatriyas. Their duty was to maintain peace and security in the society. They generally were used to recruit in armies. Their another important duty was to make laws for the society, to fight wars, to annex other places. And this class had a same respect as the Brahmans enjoyed in society. They were exempted from taxes. The third class that was mentioned by AlBarni in his book Kitabul Hind was Vaishyas. This class was majority in Indian society. This class included peasants, traders, craftspersons and other people. Their main function was to cultivate or farming. They used to cultivate the land given by Brahmans or by the ruler. They had a good status in society. And the fourth class that was mentioned by AlBarni that was prevalent in Indian society was Shudras. Shudras were considered low status people in Indian society. It was believed that this class came from the feet of Brahma. So they had not good status in society. They were considered as impure people. They were considered that their work is to perform the duties of rulers and Brahmans. They were exempted. They were exempted from every participation of political framework. They were not allowed to move freely. They were not allowed to participate in the process of government. Huge taxation was imposed on Vaishyas and Shudras. So these were the four categories and classes which were existed in Indian society during the time of AlBarni. AlBarni further mentioned that in Indian society, its function was based on four varnas, varna ashrama. And he stated that the four varna system was based on the lifestyle and the value of the people introduced by Brahmans. The first ashrama was called Brahmacharya ashram. In this very period, a person used to teach the values of Vedas and learned the values of Vedas up to 25 years. And in this very period, a person, a student, learned obey, be loyal to his teacher. His main function was to learn Vedas, to seek knowledge. This was called Brahmacharya ashram. The second ashram that was prevalent in Indian society was Grahastha ashram. After the completion of study, a person in this second ashram usually he was married and he used to look after the affairs of his home. And after that, the third ashram was called Vanaprastha ashram. In this third ashram, in this third period, a person usually left his home. He used to move in jungles in order to salvation, get the knowledge, get the true knowledge based on enlightenment in search of God. This was called Vanaprastha ashram. The fourth ashram that had mentioned by AlBarni was Sannyasa ashram. In this fourth ashram and the final stage of life, a person left his home forever, used to move from one place to another place in search of salvation, in search of get rid from the cycle of birth and rebirth. So these four ashrams were mentioned by AlBarni when he stayed in India, and he gave us a detailed account about Indian society. That account was generally known as Kitabul Hind or Mal Hind. AlBarni further stated that the women of status was quite respectable in Indian society. Women was considered a valuable asset in the society. Her ideas were taken under consideration. Child marriage was prevalent in Indian society. Marriage was considered a respectable ceremony, a respectable task as far as the religious and the Hindu society was concerned. Intercaste marriage was not existed in Indian society. Women was allowed to inherit the property. It made her status strong and powerful in the Indian society. As for AlBarni further described that there was the lack of political unity in India. As far as Indian political system was concerned, there were always wars, chaos and confusion occurred in Indian society. The reason behind this was that there was no central authority available in India. Generally, the rulers used to fight each other. There was a war of succession among the different ruling dynasties that made them weak. That was one of the reasons that in those days India was invaded by foreign rulers. The main reason was that there was political disunity prevailed in India. AlBarni mentioned that is the main reason that Muhammad Ghazni made 17 expeditions to conquer India. And reason was that there was no central government who used to defy the Muhammad Ghazni's invasions. There were wars, there were tussles. That was the main reason there was lack of political disunity in India. The political disunity was the main reason behind the disintegration of Indian society. That's why Muhammad Ghazni made 17 expeditions to invade India. AlBarni stated that the Indian rulers generally used to fight each other. They never cared about the welfare of the society. They never tried to make a strong government. They never tried to defy their country. The reason was that foreign rulers, it was easy for the foreign rulers to conquer, or to, we can say, enslave Indian people. The reason was the lack of political disunity. So dear students, this is all for today. See you next time. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.